The Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be more than just another smartphone. It's Samsung's next big step forward. A product that doesn't just build on the past but actively tries to change the rules of what we expect from a phone. It all starts with the foundation, the chipset, but it goes far beyond that. Let's start with the firmware. We recently got early access to the firmware for the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and what's buried inside that code gives us a glimpse at just how much Samsung is planning to evolve. First and foremost, the phone will run Android 16, paired with Samsung's upcoming One UI 8.5 software. That's already impressive, especially when you consider how mature One UI has become over the years. But the real excitement starts when we talk about the new hardware under the hood. Samsung is going all in with a new flagship chip, and this time the jump feels significant. Inside the S26 Ultra, we're expecting to see Qualcomm's most powerful processor yet, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2. It's not just a rebranding of the current chip, it's a step up, built for the most demanding users. This chip is expected to offer performance on a level we haven't seen before from any Galaxy S device. What's even more interesting is that we're seeing references to PMK 8850, which directly ties into Qualcomm's next-generation chip naming structure. This suggests a major leap in architecture and efficiency. But here's where things get a little more intriguing. It's still unclear whether the chip in the S26 Ultra will be fabricated on TSMC's 3nm process, or Samsung's own 2nm node. Yes, you heard that right, 2 nanometers. That would be a massive shift. Smaller nodes mean more transistors packed into a tiny space, resulting in better power efficiency and higher speeds. Samsung has been working on its 2nm process for a while, and this could be the first time we see it in a flagship Galaxy device. Of course, there's still a lot we don't know. The 3nm TSMC version will likely be available for other smartphone brands. But if Samsung manages to mass-produce the 2nm variant in time, we could see a Samsung-made chip inside a Samsung flagship, closing the loop in a way that gives Samsung full control over both hardware and software. That also brings us to the Exynos 2600. This chip is reportedly under development as well, and could be used in some regional variants of the Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus. It's unclear how far along the Exynos 2600 is in terms of readiness, but sources suggest that Samsung is working hard to iron out the issues before mass production. It's a bold move, trying to develop two separate 2nm flagship chips for the same series, but if it works, Samsung could regain the trust of those who felt the Exynos line had fallen behind in recent years. But the Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't just about chips. Let's talk about the other major hardware changes that are expected. One of the most exciting upgrades is a significant boost in charging speed. After years of capping charging at 45 watts, Samsung is finally expected to make the jump to 65 watts charging. This change is long overdue. Other brands like Xiaomi and OnePlus have already surpassed this number, and Samsung users have been waiting patiently. 65W charging would mean going from empty to full in almost half the time, and it changes the way we think about battery anxiety. Plug it in during a quick coffee break, and you're good to go for the rest of the day. And speaking of battery, Samsung is also planning to increase the battery capacity to around 5,500 mAh. That's a healthy bump from the current 5,000 mAh standard. Combine that with a more efficient 2nm chip, and you get not just a bigger battery but a smarter one. Expect longer screen-in time, better performance during multitasking, and more consistent power delivery even under heavy loads like gaming or 4000 video recording. Next up is the camera system, and here, Samsung isn't pulling any punches. The S26 Ultra is expected to come with a brand new sensor, the ISOCELL HP2+. This is the successor to the HP2 found in the S23 Ultra and S24 Ultra, and it promises even better clarity, light capture, and low-light performance. Samsung has already established itself as one of the top camera brands in the world, but this new sensor could push them even further ahead. We're talking sharper detail, better HDR, and smarter focus, especially in tricky lighting situations. And with Samsung's growing emphasis on computational photography and AI image processing, this could be the best Galaxy camera ever made. Now let's switch gears and talk about something that's often overlooked, the S Pen. For years, the S Pen has been one of Samsung's most iconic tools, loved by note-takers, artists, and professionals alike. But this year, it's getting a smart connectivity upgrade. Rumors suggest that Bluetooth will now be fully integrated into the S Pen stylus, not just for a few models or limited features, but baked in as standard. That means smoother gestures, more responsive controls, and better precision. It also opens the door for things like remote camera shutter control, presentation, navigation, and app shortcuts, all controlled directly from your stylus. And here's the best part. The S Pen improvements aren't just about hardware. With One UI 8.5 and Android 16, Samsung is introducing deeper stylus-based features at the software level. Expect new note-taking enhancements, on-screen shortcuts, smart text recognition, and even drawing tools tailored for creators. Now let's talk display. The S26 Ultra will likely feature a slightly larger panel, with even thinner bezels and improved brightness levels. While exact specs haven't been confirmed yet, it's safe to assume Samsung will continue its lead in display technology, especially given their dominance in AMOLED production. Expect a QHD+ dynamic AMOLED 2X screen with a peak brightness that exceeds even the S24 Ultra. Pair that with smoother animations, improved refresh rates, and HDR enhancements, and you've got one of the best displays in any phone, period. Another area where Samsung is stepping up, software intelligence and AI integration. One UI 8.5, built on top of Android 16, is expected to bring smarter notifications, contextual app suggestions, and deeper AI-based features. Think automatic summarization of long documents, AI, photo editing, real-time language translation, and predictive UI that adapts to your habits throughout the day. Samsung wants your phone to understand your schedule, anticipate your needs, and offer solutions before you even ask. Whether it's suggesting which app to open at a certain time of day or optimizing battery for a specific commute, it's all about making your experience more personal and proactive. So, what does this all add up to? Let's zoom out. With the S26 Ultra, Samsung isn't just upgrading specs, it's laying down a new vision. A smartphone that pushes the limits of performance, battery, design, and intelligence all in one sleek package. The company has always led in hardware, but now they're doubling down on software, AI, and experience. This isn't just a Galaxy phone, it's the next chapter in how we interact with our devices. And that's what makes it exciting. In Section 2, we'll take a deeper look at Samsung's AI strategy, upcoming software features, the Exynos roadmap, and how the Galaxy S26 Ultra stacks up against its biggest rivals, especially Apple's iPhone 17 Pro Max and Google's Pixel 10 Pro XL.